Hello, welcome to Oceanic Oracle. My name's Ari and today is the start of Whatever-a-thon week 1. Yes, so welcome to my reading vlog for Whatever-a-thon for the first week. This is going to be interesting. I'm currently waiting for the kickoff sprints to start because for me it starts at 6:30 in the morning. The UK is 7 hours behind me, so they're going to be reading for midnight, whereas I am just, it's already the 1st of June for me. But my plan is, on these sprints, I'm going to start the Paris apartment. I'm interested to see what goes on. I've also been watching the Paris, Roland Garros, which is the tennis tournament that takes place in Paris. So I've got Paris on my mind. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I really do enjoy Lucy Foley's writing. I've read both of Lucy Foley's prior books, so I've read The Hunting Party and The Guest List, and I enjoyed those, and the plot twists, I did not see them coming, so I'm hoping this has similar feelings and makes it a bit spookier. As I said, I'm just waiting for sprints to start, and then I'm going to start reading this and we'll see how far I get today. Seems like it's going to be interesting. Hello. As you've just seen, I have been reading The Paris Apartment. I'm now on page 93. I'm about that far in. It's really interesting. It's giving me very gothic, dark feelings, obviously, because it's a mystery novel, it's a crime novel. I think we're going to discover that there's been a murder pretty soon. It's nice to see what all this is about. So the way that Lucy Foley's books work is that there are usually archetypes that each character represents. But the one thing that makes Lucy Foley really a really good mystery thriller writer is the fact that she subverts expectation. In the other books, I always went in thinking I knew what was going to happen. This book, I'm trying a different approach where I'm just letting it happen and seeing if I can figure it out. I probably won't. Knowing Lucy Foley, she's going to it's going to be something completely different. It's definitely very dark and atmospheric. It takes place in October actually. So it's sort of it's a darker period in the year. The concierge always comments about the sun going down a lot earlier and all that sort of thing. So definitely feels quite dark. It's a bit spooky. I know how Paris apartment blocks work. Most of them don't have lifts and there's just one giant staircase between them. I'm just imagining everything that could go on in a building. One of the main characters in this book, Jess is the unwanted guest on the back, and she is English and obviously doesn't speak French very well. She got a D in her GCSEs, so yeah, there's that. Her brother, or her half-brother, has gone missing and she wants to figure out what's going on. So I'm invested. Lots of people have things to hide, and one of the things that I know is that everyone in this book will have a secret. No matter what, every single person is going to have a secret. And some people's secret might be what meets the eye, but other people's secrets might not be. Oh, and I've got a cat. Say hi, Marmite. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I look forward to I look forward to seeing what ends up happening. I'm going to continue and finish my sprints. Hello. So sprints are over now. I am now 126 pages through the book, and according to Storygraph and Goodreads, I am about 30% of the way through. I now have to actually get ready to do other things because it is the start of my day. I have a few things that I need to do, mainly clear up around the house. I've mentioned this, if you watched my unhaul video, then you'll know. I'm moving countries in August, so I am going through all the stuff that I own and I'm just condensing all the things that I have. So I'm trying to only take what I want, so obviously that means I need to go through my books again. Aside from that, I'm hoping to get a decent amount of the way through this. Like, I'm actually really intrigued by this book, and that bodes well for me because the more intrigued I am, the more likely I am to finish it faster, which is nice. And it'll be good to kick off the start with one book down. And I'm actually planning on doing last letter, first letter with this book for my next book, because T is very easy to use. I have lots of books that start with V, so T is perfect. The one thing I will say, if you haven't read any of Lucy Foley's books before, go in with like blank slate. If you like mystery books and you're interested in like crime novels which don't involve the police, which I'm like mainly involve everyone accusing everyone else in the party, or like the whole list of characters, you should definitely check her books out. I really enjoy the guest list is a lot better than Hunting Party in my opinion. I'm enjoying the Paris apartment. I am going to get back to this and then I'm going to actually get ready for the day. So I will chat to you a bit later. Hello, so I'm actually ready for the day now. I do have to go into Saikung in a bit and I'm going to grab lunch. For then, I've got a shopping list that I've just sorted. I've also just applied my SPF because that's the most important thing to do here, where the UV rating is 6 right now. But I'm going out around lunchtime, so I'm going to reapply again. I'm almost 40% of the way through now, and this is fascinating. I feel the fear that these characters are going through, but also I do know that everyone's hiding something, and like there's so many things that are going on that all center around like the guy who I think is dead. It hasn't been stated as such, but I'm assuming he's dead just based on the description. Very good. Highly recommend if you're looking for a mystery thriller that definitely grips you. Yeah, I'm going to keep reading that for the moment, and I'm going to head off in about an hour, which will be good. Hello, so I'm back from being in town. I just wanted to let you know that I'm almost halfway through. My goal is to get to page 200 before I eat my lunch, which is staying warm in the kitchen. I've got chicken shish salad, which is just what I need with tzatziki sauce. For a mystery thriller, this is really interesting. I've just got to my first real plot twist, and I didn't see it coming. We're at page 183, so almost at the halfway mark. It's drawing me in, let's say that, but Lucy Foley's books always manage to draw me in. I'm just cycling through turning the aircon on and turning it off, you know, just trying to save electricity, but sometimes when it gets like this and the dehumidifier's full, it's a lot. Anyway, I'm going to read for a bit. I'll update you in a bit. Hello. So I've just got back from a walk. I wanted to let you know that I'm over halfway through now. This is really fascinating. I think I should be able to finish this tonight, which will be great. That's a great way to start off my readathon if I finish this tonight. So I'm on page 212. Well, there's been a big twist already, and it's something that, like, I guess you wouldn't think about as a normal person. I'm enjoying it so far. Hopefully it holds up and I don't see anything coming. I don't think I'm going to see anything coming, but yeah, I will keep you informed and I will check back in a second. I just wanted to let you know that I have finished the Paris apartment. I expected so many things and I didn't get them. I was subverted. And I purposefully went into this book determined to not look at anything. But I could not call the plot twists that were in here fantastic. If you like mystery thrillers and you haven't read Lucy Foley's books yet, please pick them up. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. I think the cast of characters is really good because I enjoy listening to these stories instead of having like a single person's point of view like so many others. To be fair, I don't read many mystery thrillers, so there may be other books that are like this, but I love the fact that there are multiple different perspectives, and while the story gets told, Lucy Foley doesn't give away these characters' secrets straight away. It's fantastic. And I think if you like mystery thrillers, if you like this sort of thing, you should definitely check out all of her books. I think I like the guest list more than I like this one, but this is a close second. Both of them trump The Hunting Party. Let me just say that. So if you want to read mystery thriller standalones, definitely check them out. Like character-based mystery thrillers. They're fantastic. So yeah, that's my thoughts, and that is book 1 of Whatever-a-thon finished. Oh my goodness. I just have to decide what I'm going to be reading for book number 2. I actually think I'm going to pull my first letter, last letter prompt, because as you can see, the last letter here is a T, and I have lots of books that start with T, but I think I'm going to be reading To Sir Philip with Love, which is on my Kindle. My Kindle is currently charging, and I have to go let a cat out of the room. Just be a second. Right, so I'm going to be reading To Sir Philip with Love. At least that's my plan. I'm proud of myself finishing that in one day. I did not expect that at the beginning, but I'm giving myself a pat on the back. And now I'm going to go watch the tennis, so I'm going to get ready for bed, and I'll see if I read later, but if not, I will chat to you tomorrow morning. Good morning. I'm sorry if it's a bit loud. I've got the aircon on because it's boiling hot and it's Hong Kong summer. It's the 2nd of June, and I am going to be starting To Sir Philip with Love today. I've just been doing odd jobs around the house. I have 2 cats, so I have to sort them out before anything else. And I've also been catching up on a few live streams that I was asleep through yesterday. I have a few goals that I need to do outside of me reading, but I want to start To Sir Philip with Love because I want to do the last letter, first letter thing for To Sir Philip. I want a romance right now. I am looking forward to picking that up. I'm not planning on going out anywhere, but we'll see where today ends up going. I'm going to read a chapter of To Sir Philip before I get up and get to work around the house. And yeah, so I thought I would start today off, and let's get going. Hello. It's roughly 1 hour later from when I last saw you, and I need to do some work now. Gotta keep reading. I am enjoying To Sir Philip with Love. This is my 3rd time rereading this book. If you aren't aware, To Sir Philip with Love is in the Bridgerton series. I have read the Bridgerton series multiple times. I mostly just reread the books that I like most. I have 4 of them. The one that I've reread the most out of the lot of them is Colin and Penelope's book, because I can personally relate to Penelope and I love Colin, but that's besides the point. This is the book following Eloise and To Sir Philip, so obviously there's a Sir Philip in it. I really enjoy Eloise's book. I like Eloise as a character, both in the show and on the pages. I think in the show they do a really good job at representing her. Anyway, I need to get to work. I'm enjoying it. I've only read the prologue because I don't really have time this morning. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to drink my tea and get on with the day, so cheers to that. I'm back. I've just been doing some admin work for my job. I'm basically sort of like an on-call courier. It's part of my job as a part-time administrator for the company I work for, and I've just been doing some admin jobs. But now I have a few things I want to do. Not only do I want to read this, but I also have a video that I want to film that'll go up this weekend. Hopefully it'll go up this weekend. I'm going to be going through some new LGBTQIA+ releases that I'm interested in reading. I'm probably not going to get them before I move because I am trying to organize myself and make sure I need to cap the number of books I have. I also have to go through my shelves again this month. But yeah, there we go. Right, so I'm about to get on the bike, so I've just refilled my water bottle and everything. I will check back in with you once I'm finished. I just want to talk about Eloise for a second. Like, I really enjoy Eloise's character in the series and in the books. I find her character development like really understandable. The way the book does things makes her quite interesting, and obviously I really enjoy reading about her because she spends a lot of time with Penelope, and Penelope is my favourite. I like the show a lot more because it explores the depth of their friendship more so than the books, because obviously when you read the books only focus on 2 characters, whereas the show is an ensemble show. I like the way that the relationship is built in this book. I like the idea of someone writing letters to someone else. You weren't actually supposed to send letters to anyone you weren't related to. So it was scandalous for a man who was unrelated to a woman to exchange letters. Eloise and Sir Philip exchanged letters. Interesting. Anyway, I am going to read. I'm going to make some tea, drink some more water. I'm just going to enjoy my reading. I'll get back to you later. Hello. My first set of sprints is up. I'm 24% of the way through the book. I'm on chapter 5. I think there are only 19 chapters in this book. I forgot about the shenanigans that go on with Sir Philip's children and Eloise. There is room for improvement with Sir Philip and the way he treats his children. I think one of the main driving factors behind Sir Philip's character, at least in this book, is that he wants his kids to have a mother, and his kids are quite tricky, so he thinks marrying a spinster who is seeking a husband will resolve everything, only that's not the case. It's an interesting take, and I think Sir Philip is sort of being overwhelmed, and his children really want his attention, and he is sort of keeping them at arm's length, and I know that's all to do with like links with his first wife dying. There's a whole load that goes on, and I'm really enjoying getting back into it. I am now just imagining the characters from the TV show as the 2 leads in this book, and it's so much fun. I'm going to do another 40-minute sprint, and I'm going to finish my water because I am in need of hydration. I'll chat to you if I come up with any more like well-developed thoughts on Sir Philip and Eloise. I'm currently watching the tennis. I'm watching the mixed doubles finals at Roland Garros, which is really exciting. I'm waiting for the women's matches to come on. They should be on probably by 9 p.m. my time, so I may stay up for one of them. I'm really breezing my way through this, like, even though I've been doing jobs intermittently. I'm now over halfway. I'm at 60% or 61% technically, and I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. I think definitely spacing out Eloise's book sort of highlights it, because in the past I feel like I have always been tainted by like me reading Romancing Mr. Bridgerton before this. Eloise really does shine in her book, and I get why people love Philip and Eloise, but I think this definitely highlights me just like, oh, I do like this room. I do like this. It is actually quite nice, and I like the dynamic that they have. I'm going to keep going, also listening to the scores, and yeah, that's what I'm doing this evening. Right, so I just realised that there are sprints that are going to be on, so I am going to join those. I've got them up on my computer ready to go. I am going to keep reading To Sir Philip with Love for my purple cover. Oh, I'm enjoying it. My Kindle says I can finish this in an hour, and I know I can, depending on how fast I read. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just saying I'm drawing sprints, and yeah, very exciting. I just wanted to let you know that I finished To Sir Philip with Love. I have upped my rating from what it has been in the past. It has been a 4 in the past, and I've upped it to a 4.5. I really enjoyed that story. One of the things I'm recognizing about myself is that I needed a gap. I'm updating my book journal while I'm waiting for sprints to finish, and I have also chosen the book I'm going to read next, which is going to be the first book in the Earthsea quartet. I'm in a sort of fantasy mood at the moment, and I think if I try this, hopefully I like it. I know my dad has said lots of good things about it. Like, look at that map. Sprints are about to finish, so I just wanted to let you know, I really like To Fill It With Love. I love the character development. I also like how emotional / light-hearted it's emotional but light-hearted at the same time, and I really enjoyed that. I think the epilogue at the end is I also really like that. Sorry, my cat is being very loud. I like the fact that it started over letters. It's so sweet. Yeah, I think Philip and Eloise are just perfect for each other. Anyway, I'm going to update this before sprints are over because they're over in a minute, and we'll see how much I read tonight. I might read a lot, I might not. I'm watching tennis, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I'll chat to you later. Good morning. It is Friday the 3rd and it's Dragon Boat Day in Hong Kong. I know there's also something, well, I think it's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in the UK, but it's public holiday here. I've been awake for a while because I've been hearing the drums. If you don't know about dragon boats, like, people drum at the front to keep time. That's how they sort of like get people to speed up. So I didn't read anything last night when I left off. I went to bed and I was listening to the French Open while I fell asleep because I get up really early and I usually end up falling asleep at like 9:30, 10. My Kindle's on charge for the moment, so I'm just enjoying my morning. It's like 7 in the morning and it's just nice to see the rain coming in. One misconception about summer in the tropics is that it's sunny all the time. Now, summer in the tropics is rain for most of the time. Like, I don't have to water the plants on my roof because it's rained last night and it's raining now. I also have to film a video today and edit it, so I might actually do that relatively soon. I'm feeling like I have filming energy. I'm going to sort that out, film, and get started with my day. But first I'm going to be doing my makeup, so that's gonna be fun. I'll chat to you later. I'll let you know what book I end up picking, and let's get started. Hello vlog. So I've just filmed my video for the week and I'm going to do some editing. It started to rain, like it started to thunder, so I guess dragon boat races have been called off, at least for the moment, because I can't hear any drumming. I feel pretty good about that video. I think I have shared a few books that should interest people. I should be able to read a bit later, but I'm going to focus on editing this video because I want this to go up. Like, I want to upload it tonight and hopefully release it tomorrow. Now I have to clear up my setup and get to work with sorting all this out, and then I'll get to reading after I've edited my video. I just don't know how long my video editing is going to take, so we'll see. Anyway, I have just been catching up on the tennis that I missed last night, and I have decided that I'm actually going to try and read a Wizard of Earthsea. I feel like if I start this, this might be a bit challenging, but I think I'm up for the challenge, at least at the moment. And the tennis doesn't start until the broadcast starts at 8:50 p.m. my time, which is -6, 2:50 Paris time. I really enjoy watching the tennis. The men's semi-finals. We've got some interesting ones going on this year. Lots of interesting draws. Anyway, so I want to try and read a bit of this before that starts. Because this book is only 168 pages long, I hope I'm able to finish it relatively quickly. I'm also hoping that I get drawn in fairly quickly and I don't have to put too much thought into the world building, because sometimes with higher fantasies I do keep post-it notes, just a record of things that I need to remember. Happens. Anyway, I'm going to read this and I'll let you know how I feel. Hopefully I like it. Like, my dad says it's something that I'll like. I'm going to read this for a bit and I will let you know how I feel about it. Hi. I was working out on the bike upstairs because it's still thundering, but I thought I'd let you know that I am about 2 chapters in to A Wizard of Earthsea, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm a fan of high fantasy, and fantasy books are one of my favorites to read. So this, like, reading this feels like I'm going back to what I really love about books. So far, I find the writing nice. The font is also not impacting my dyslexia too much, which is good. And I feel invested. I definitely think last night I was just tired. I was like, I can't read anything else. I need to rest. And I'm glad I did, because this definitely seems like something I'm gonna like, and my dad was right. I've just brewed myself some green tea and I'm gonna let it cool down for a bit because it's a bit warm. I like it so far. I have a feeling I'm going to like this book. I feel engaged, which is nice, and I'm hoping we get a bit more character like interaction. Right now, obviously, because it's the start of a fantasy series, it's very world buildy, which is the whole point. Like, you need to build up the world before you actually go on adventures and things, so that makes sense. I'm not very far in, but I'm enjoying it, so onward and upward. Hello, I have just been listening to Wizard of Earthsea while I've been pottering around the house doing some odd jobs. I've just been listening to an audiobook. I found a version online that is working for me, so I'm just listening to it whilst I do things, because as much as I like to think I have time, I don't. So I've just been doing that. I'm currently making supper. I'm going to be making a prawn dish. I'm debating what sauce I'm going to serve with it, but I'm thinking sort of like a lemon sauce or an orange sauce, sort of like Chinese takeaway style, which isn't very authentic, but it works in a pinch, and that's what I'm craving right now. So I'm just going to keep listening. I'm also waiting for the tennis to start, because I'm literally on edge for what's going on today. So I think swapping to the audiobook for A Wizard of Earthsea really helped me. It's helping me understand it better. I take lots of things away when I hear them, and hearing and reading at the same time really work for me. But as I've been doing things around the house, like even when I've been doing other things, I'm still paying attention, and it's actually quite interesting. Like, I do enjoy the story, and I am invested in Ged's sort of like his battle with this shadow who he basically conjured up himself. Like, he is no one but himself to blame in that respect. I know why it's a classic fantasy. Sometimes info dumping can be a bit much, and the audiobook is definitely the way to go for that, because I remember things a lot more on the audiobook, and the narrator's quite nice too. So there's that. That's what I'm doing, and now I'm going to make myself some supper because I'm hungry. I will chat to you a bit later on, and I will update you on my feelings. Hello, I've just finished reading A Wizard of Earthsea. This was an interesting book to read because I really do like high fantasy as a genre, but I feel like if I hadn't added the audiobook, I would have really slogged through it. I get that with fantasy books sometimes. I found an audiobook and it worked, which is nice. Remember, reading is completely subjective. It depends on the person. I gave this 3.5, but I think I'm going to continue the series. Probably not during Whatever-a-thon, but I think I'm going to continue it, probably with audiobooks, because I really enjoy the aspects of it. I think the struggle that the main character went through, if you read it, you know it's completely his own doing. It's really nice to see how it resolved, because I was expecting something else entirely. I was surprised, and I think overall, I actually enjoyed the ending. 3.5 stars, not a bad rating. If you like fantasy and like high fantasy and mages, and you haven't read Wizard of Earthsea, maybe you should try it. I definitely recommend listening to an audiobook. Anyway, I've just been updating my book journal, and I need to figure out what I'm going to read tomorrow. I usually go out on Saturdays for lunch, so I will be taking you with me into town. I also have to do some food shopping, also cat foods and also cat stuff, but that's usually what my Saturday ends up being. I'm now going to be watching the tennis when it starts in an hour, and I'm just going to chill out and relax for the evening. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me in a moment, but I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's the 4th of June, it's Saturday, and it's still raining. Oh, I kind of thought it was going to let up last night, but apparently not. It's not raining as heavily as it was yesterday, so hopefully I'll be able to go into town and do everything that I had planned to do. 3 books already at the start of the month, which is quite nice and productive. I do have work next week. I'm working 2 days straight out in the field on I'm doing some oyster sampling with my company. It'll be my last 2 days of work because my contract's ending, which is great because now I have time to actually go through everything in this house. I'm not going to be able to read those 2 days in particular because those are going to be full days out in the field. It takes me if you don't know Hong Kong geography, I'm sure this doesn't sound like a trip to other people, but for me, where I am in Hong Kong, it takes me nearly 2 hours to get to the place where I work. Our train system is called the MTR. It's sort of like a tube that you take around London, like the tube or the subway system. I sit on the train for about an hour and 15 minutes to turn up to the stop before I have to continue. I might be able to get some reading done there. I'm working on the 7th, so the novella that I've been waiting for is going to be out that day, but I probably won't read it then. So my plans for today. I'm going food shopping, but I also go out for lunch on Saturdays. I meet up with some friends. I usually take a book in with me to read because sometimes people don't turn up, which is fine. Then I'm doing some food shopping. I do need to write a list. I think I'm going to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, of this year. Last year I read You and Me on Vacation, or if you're in the States it's called The People We Meet on Vacation, I think. And then I also read Beach Read. I read that prior to reading The People We Meet on Vacation. I enjoyed both of them. I like Emily Henry's writing and I like her characters, which for me is the most important thing because I'm a character reader, so it really impacts my enjoyment of things. I have a feeling that our 2 characters are going to be quite jaded, just based on everything that I've heard about this book. Hopefully I like it. I really don't want it to disappoint me, that's the thing I'm most worried about. Anyway, I'm going to get a start on my day. I have to feed the cats, and then I'm going to listen to the results of the tennis because I fell asleep last night. Hello. I've just finished putting a niacinamide mask on my face, so I'm just waiting for the serum to dry down a bit. I'm going to start Book Lovers. I can't wait for it to begin. This is the first page. You can see there's a penguin up top. The 2 main characters both work in the book publishing industry. I believe one is an author and one is a publicist. And I'm interested to read a book about that industry. All I know about the book publishing industry is what people share online, what authors share and what publicists share online on Twitter and on their public social medias. So I'm interested to read about that industry. Anyway, I'm going to be reading this very shortly and I look forward to seeing how this goes. I will let you know what I think. I'm going to try and read for about an hour. I will let you know what I think after the first few chapters. Hello, so I've got ready for the day. I've just done no makeup, mainly just some blush, eyebrows, mascara and some lips, but I am ready. I do have to head in a little bit earlier than I thought. I have to stop up at my dad's because he's not in the country right now and I'm in charge of all his post and making sure his house is all right and the dehumidifier stays empty. I have started Book Lovers. I've only read the prologue and I'm liking it so far. I like the take on it because I've talked about this. I like having an insight into industries that I'm not a part in. I'm really interested in what goes on with the book publishing industry and this is providing me an insight into that, and honestly I'm just fascinated. I love learning new things. I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about my job. I need to head off now, but I will I'm going to film some stuff in town and I may update you from the restaurant that I am in, but yeah, I'll chat to you later. Hello, I'm back. So I've just been unloading all my shopping, but I thought I would tell you about book lovers. So I have just read, I was reading the first 2 chapters while I was out, and I really like it so far. Our main character, Nora, she's definitely like jaded. She works in the book publishing industry and she reads a whole load of books, and she says, in the first sentence in the prologue, she says, like, you can call how things are going to go, like the boy's going to get the girl or the other girl's going to get the girl. And like, she has a different outlook on the world. I think one of the things I like about Emily Henry's characters is how their emotions affect them. And I feel like I'm going to like the emotional growth that Nora goes through. The one thing I will say about Emily Henry novels that I completely forgot about is that they're only single perspective, which is fine. I don't mind single perspective romance books, but I just come to realize as I've dived into the romance genre a bit more that I prefer books where there are two perspectives, because I like getting the points of view from both characters. But that's just a personal choice and things that I realized the more I've read. But so far so good. Nora and her sister Libby have just gone to a small town, and Libby has curated a bucket list for Nora to do while she's in town, trying to get her out of her shell, out of her dating run. I'm really liking the book so far. I'm going to read for a bit more. I'm looking forward to seeing Nora's growth and her character, how her character changes over the course of the book, because right now she seems quite anti everything that's not work at the moment. She sort of puts everything else on hold and only focuses on work, which I get, like, there are people like that. I'm looking forward to seeing the growth and the change, and so far so good. So keep my fingers crossed. I really hope this book lives up to my expectations. I'm really hoping. Anyway, I'm going to read for a bit. Hello, I've just come back from a walk. I also wanted to let you know that I'm nearly 40% of the way through Book Lovers, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I like the aspect. The love interest is a editor, whereas the main female lead, our main character, she is a book agent. So it's nice to get the difference. And like, they're supposed to be working together on a new book, which is very exciting. I'll check back in with you in a bit. Okay, so I'm ready for bed now. I've just had a shower, washed my face and all that. I'm thinking for tomorrow, I might actually go into Central. If you haven't been to Hong Kong, the place where I live is on the east side of Hong Kong. It's not the Hong Kong skyline that everyone sees when you look up stuff about Hong Kong. I'm gonna pop down to like the main city in Hong Kong because I want to do some makeup shopping. I'm running out of foundation, and I need to get some new foundation, and I want to get some more of the moisturizer that I've been using, which, yes, it's a bit expensive, but I feel like it's making a difference. My skin has improved immensely while I've been using it. But right now I'm just going to get back to my book and wait for the tennis to come on, and I'm probably going to stay up and watch the final completely, which that's going to be fun. And I'll probably watch the men's final tomorrow as well, and probably stay up till a ridiculous time to do that, but I don't care. Anyway, I'm going to get back to my book now. I'll let you know what I'm thinking. I'll let you know what I think of it. Hi. I just wanted to update you because I don't know if I'm going to be able to update you any later tonight, because I am currently watching the women's final for the French Open. I'm at 58% through Book Lovers, and honestly I'm really enjoying it. I like the fact that I feel like our main character Nora, I like the fact that it seems like she's fallen first, which is really nice. They're sort of like rivals to lovers as opposed to like enemies to lovers. They're not like real enemies, they're just rivals. They're two rivals. I love how they behave like Charlie and Nora. I like how they interact with each other. I like how they behave to each other. I really enjoy their interactions and the time that they spend together. They're both like headstrong and stubborn, and the two of them have had 2 moments together, but they keep saying, oh no, we can't, it's not gonna happen, we can't. And they're sort of like testing the waters, you know. I know that people have sort of mixed reviews, and I can get that. I think Nora may come off as a bit too snarky to some, which is fine. Like, everyone has their preference in their romance heroines versus heroes, and that's all that sort of stuff. It's working for me. I love it. Emily Henry's writing is spot on as per usual, and I'm excited to see how this goes, but putting my reading on hold to watch the final because I like both players who are playing and I want to see what goes on. I'll chat to you tomorrow morning. You'll see me in a second, but I'll see you later. Good morning. It is Sunday the 5th and I just wanted to say that I have finished Book Lovers. I woke up this morning quite early and I've just been reading. I like this take. I like this because the story feels much more realistic as opposed to like some of the other books. I also like the rivals to lovers aspect. I liked the character. I enjoyed the fact that Nora loved her job, but also cared for her family to the extent that she was sort of giving up opportunities. That sort of stuff resonated with me. If you're looking for a romance book that isn't sort of like your typical romance book, you should check it out. Although I went in thinking this was going to be a 5-star book, I was going to love it and all that sort of stuff. It wasn't 5 stars. I ran it through Corpile and it came out with 4.5. And to be fair, I probably put the book on too high a pedestal. I might have been expecting too much of it, but I really enjoyed it and I think I like reading romance for what it is. It's a romance book and I enjoyed the characters. I like the depth that they added to it. So 4.25, 4.5 seems about right to me. It's not a solid 4. It's definitely like closer to a 5. Read it, 4.5 stars, and that's book 4 down. I don't know if I'm gonna pick anything up today. I might. I'd wanna find an audiobook if I can because I plan on going into town. I need to think about what book I want to pick up next and like if I want to pick up a physical book or an audiobook or an ebook, that sort of thing. And also look at my bingo board because I'm close to a few bingos. Well, I think there's one main one that I can go for, but I'm close to a few. I need to get ready for the day. I need to feed the cats and get started. So let's go. Hello. So I am just about to head off. I am going to head into town, like actual town, and this is going to be exciting. I have decided that I'm going to be reading An Offer from a Gentleman because that's honestly what I'm feeling like reading at the moment. I don't really want to read a fantasy. I just feel like I want something easy and light, and that's the way to go. Plus I don't have to actually bring a book with me. It makes my life easier. I probably won't be able to film much at the club purely because it's a known phone zone, so I'm not supposed to be on my phone. I might film some footage of me reading, but I probably won't be able to interact with the camera. Yes, I need to leave. I need to phone a taxi to take me to the train station, which is about 15 minutes away, and then I can just head down on the train, which makes my life so much easier. Who knew that I could get to Hong Kong Island now in under an hour? That never happens. It's so cool. Onto the traveling to Hong Kong Island footage, I guess. I'm back home now. So that took a lot longer than I thought, but it was a really nice day out. I got some new moisturizer and a new toner. And then I also popped into one of the local beauty shops here, which is called Sasa, and I picked up some waterproof mascara. I thought I'd give you an update. I decided instead of reading An Offer from a Gentleman, I actually picked up Sabriel, and I've read to you the first, I've read the prologue. Really intrigued, but now that I'm home, I need to edit the video. I need to edit this. I'm also planning on staying up late tonight because I want to watch the final, the men's final, and I have a feeling that's going to take quite a few hours. Hello, I look a bit crazy. I'm trying a new heatless curling technique. Well, I'll see if they're in tomorrow morning, who knows. But I'm currently watching the men's final of the tennis, and I've basically given up on reading. I've read the prologue and I'm one chapter into Sabriel, and I'm liking it so far. But if everything goes to plan, I should be able to read it tomorrow. I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next vlog. So I'm ending it here. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more bookish content. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.